Once you have submitted your article, 3 things can happen. It could be accepted exactly as it is. I have never seen this happen, so I would suggest that that's almost never the case. What can happen more often is it'll be immediately rejected almost. So the next day you get a desk rejection from the editor. This can be for all sorts of reasons. They are no longer publishing on that topic. They don't think your topic will be interesting to their readers. You didn't follow the instructions, all of those sorts of things. If the editor feels like your article would be relevant to their readers and does seem to make some contribution to knowledge, they will then send it out for review. So what happens at this point is the reviewers read it and make suggestions for changes and recommendations as to whether it is worth accepting or not. So at this point, both reviewers could accept it as it is. This has happened to me once. I was very excited. I have never seen it happen elsewhere, but for me, once this happened, and this can be very exciting because then the editor says, great, all the reviewers loved your work. We are going to go ahead with publishing it. More likely, you are going to get a revision. This can be a minor revision or a major revision, depending on the types of suggestions that the reviewers have made. Sometimes it's just minor things that you have to clarify. Other times it's like you need to rewrite a whole section of it before they think it would be worthy of publishing. And so then you go through this process and resubmit it. It is also possible at this point that both reviewers say, no, we don't think this is a good paper, at which time it can be rejected. And you can be told you could resubmit it if you want. Normally, I wouldn't do that. I would just submit it elsewhere. If they're not going to like it at this point, personally, I don't think they will ever like it. So you're wasting your time resubmitting it. I'll just send it elsewhere. So if you do have revisions and you make the revisions, you go all the way back to the first point and submit it again. Now at this point, the editor will check the document that you've submitted, plus you will submit an additional document which includes the response to reviewers, so how you've actually addressed their comments. And at this point, they may say, okay, now we see you've done everything, we will accept it. If it was a really major revision and the reviewers asked that they needed to check it again, it will then be sent out for re-review and it'll go through the whole process again. It is very unlikely at this stage that it will be immediately rejected. And so you go throughout this process the whole time until eventually the editor accepts your paper.